Shameless. United in the Europa League. Europa League.
Sevilla 3, Manchester United 0. Where do you begin? Where do you begin with the performance tonight? Where do you begin with trying to dissect yet another big away day where the stakes are high, where the intensity is high, where the hostility is sky high? And yet we've faltered, man. Honestly, really, really disappointing tonight. Everything that we could have done wrong, I think we did. You know, how important is it to come to places like this and start well and don't give anything away? And between David De Gea and Harry Maguire in that first, I don't even know when it was it the first 5 minutes, 10 minutes, whenever it was, we give a stupid goal away. We give a stupid goal away. You know, Sevilla have scored, 3 goals in this game and 2 there. We've given them 5 goals. 5 goals, you know, and you can't make those mistakes at this level. We're trying to get to a level above this. You know, we spoke about this being their tournament, their competition. They absolutely run up on us. You know, did they have to be that great to beat us? No, it was the mistakes that we kept gifting them. But with the mistakes came us succumbing to their pressure, playing into their traps, you know. And at the end of the day, we got what we deserved. And Sevilla got what they deserved, which is to go through to the next round. Absolutely pummeled us. You know, at 2-0 up in that first half, in the first leg, that seems like a light year ago, you know. And you have to call it as it is. We've absolutely bottled this. We've bottled this tie. We really have. From 2-0 up, absolutely cruising. And even to come here, you know, with the 2-2, to start like that, we've bottled it. And again, we've shown that actually, yeah, there was a few players missing, but that starting team was good enough. That starting team was good enough for a better performance than that. Those players out there were good enough to not make the mistakes that we did. And that's what happens. You get absolutely punished. And in here, you could just feel the atmosphere from minute one, and you went, ooh, if we don't turn up here, if we don't start well, if we don't look after the ball, if we don't win our duels 50-50s, then we're in big trouble. And that's exactly what happened. Huge trouble, and we got what we deserved. And I have to say, David De Gea, look, I'm always trying to back David De Gea. I still think he's a good goalkeeper, but I can't ignore, you know, the glaringly obvious deficiencies in his game. Those are the things that were highlighted today. Look, there's gonna be split blame on that. Everyone's going to pile in on Harry Maguire, and the other side's going to pile in on David De Gea for what went wrong with that first goal. And the truth is that it's both of them. If anything, David De Gea can see that Harry Maguire's got 3 or so players around him. He should probably make that decision for Harry Maguire to say, listen, I'm not going to trust you there. You've got white shirts all around you. I'm just going to hook it long. We're under the cosh. It's the first 10 or so minutes of this game, and we need to try and get ourselves a platform to go play off. Let me not pass it there. But he does. On the flip side of it, Harry Maguire calls for the pass. He wants the ball. And still, in my opinion, does actually have time to maybe sort his feet out and not get caught on the ball. But whichever way you look at it, whether it's, you know, 60-40, whether it's 50-50, whether it's 80-20, it doesn't matter. Between the pair of them, they're both culpable, and I would just lean more to De Gea for passing it into that area. What it does do, and I know it's a bit of an easy one to say in this moment, but it highlights what happens when Martinez and Varane aren't there. You know, if Martinez was receiving that ball from Maguire, I would almost put my house on it that he comes out of it with the ball or makes the right choice with it. Obviously, David De Gea is used to playing with them and has played that pass into Harry Maguire like it's Martinez, you know. But you know, even Varane would have found that difficult. 3 players around him, and it's a tough one. And then you look at the second goal again. I haven't seen it back up the other end. It looked like a looping header. Don't know whose man it was, so I haven't seen that back. But it looked like David maybe could have done better. But it looked like he got lobbed from where I was. I was way up there, and the goal was all the way down there. I haven't seen any replays, so hopefully I haven't got that too wrong. So he looked like he had a hand in not doing so well in that. And then the third one, literally, I had my head in my hands. When the ball was in the air, I had my head in my hands, because everything that, you know, we've been speaking about, or I've been speaking about with Erik ten Hag, talking about what the main attributes of the goalkeeper is, and obviously other people coming back with saying, listen, you can say that, but we know what we see in the distribution with the ball at his feet is an issue. As soon as that ball was in the air, coming down in the lights, I looked at it and thought, there's a mistake coming here. There's a mistake coming here. Obviously, he's in a bad place mentally because he's made 2 mistakes before that. But as that ball's dropping down out the lights, he comes forward, he comes backwards. He just never looked like he was going to deal with that, and does neither, and gives En-Nesyri one of the easiest goals he's going to score. So that just highlighted just how bad a performance this was. We got out-fought. I wouldn't even say it was out-tactic, but actually we did. Actually, no, I will say that. Credit to them, because we couldn't play out. There was a disconnect between the midfield and the defence. Christian Eriksen, I don't think, was very good. Casemiro was giving the ball away time and time again. Sabitzer, all of them. I don't think you can just single-handedly pick on one player who was, worse than the others. Collectively, as a team, it was so poor. And we've come a long way as a team, but there are things in the team, players in the team that you look at, and styles of play in the team that you're thinking, going forward for these big nights, this isn't even the pinnacle of European football. These are just the kings of the Europa League, and we got absolutely run up on. And that is a measuring stick of where we're at. And you're looking at the Brighton game on Sunday, and you're like, I tell you what, we need a reaction. Martial, I saw him walking out at the end. I don't know if Maguire stepped in him. Somebody said to me, Maguire bumped into him or stepped in him. I don't know. But as soon as I saw Wout Weghorst doing that, warming up at half-time, I thought, I know he's going to come on the pitch here. He's going to come on the pitch really early in the second half. I spoke to Luke Shaw outside the United dressing room as he was walking out, and he was holding a little bit, because I did see him sort of have some discomfort. I asked him if he's all right, and he said he is okay. So hopefully that is the case. But going into Sunday, it's the chance where, like I said, we can get to Monday and be out of 2 competitions and just look to fight for top 4. Or we can be in 2 or in one or the other. And now it's got to be hopefully in one or the other if we want to have a successful end to the season. It's not going to be easy against Brighton. Brighton will look at that and think, I tell you what, put this Manchester United team under pressure. There's going to be no Maguire. There's going to be no Martinez, no Varane. We know this. Luke Shaw's probably going to have to play left centre-back with Lindelof. Matoma's going to be licking his lips. De Zerbi will be licking his lips, saying you can get after this Manchester United side. Because when the chips are down, what we've struggled with this year is the mentality. Yes, there have been some highlights, and yes, overall we are making progress. I'm speaking about specifically in these big, tough away games. We've really, really struggled. Don't want to get wet here. We've really, really struggled. So it just went from bad to worse. The occasion, the atmosphere, the tactics, we couldn't get to grips with them. They won every single 50-50. And you know what? This is their competition. They said, you know what, Man United? We come back in your gaff. We've played them, is that 5 times now? We've not beaten them. We just can't get the W over them. And it's like the belief that was running through their veins versus the belief or lack of that was not running through ours just became more and more apparent. It was, I said up there to Josh, I said, I'm running out of time to say that's the worst we've played all season. I can say Manchester City, I can say Liverpool, I can say Brentford away, I can say Aston Villa away, I can say Newcastle away. That's 5 just there. I can name those the big 5. But this is another one, and this literally was the worst we've played all season. And again, that's probably the 6th time I've said that, but they're all equally the same. This could have been, 4 or 5 tonight quite easily. Newcastle could have been 5 or 6. Aston Villa could have been more. We've had these too many times, but we have to keep calm. We have to dust ourselves down. We have to fight. There's another game on Sunday, a massive game at Wembley with a chance to get to an FA Cup final with a Manchester City waiting. And the way we're playing like this, and I know that's really in the future. Will we even get past Brighton? I don't know. But we've got to dust ourselves down quick. And Erik ten Hag's got to learn some big lessons with this squad at the crunch time. I think, if I'm honest, what we're showing is that when the pressure's really on, Newcastle, we did well in the Carabao Cup final, but we've still got some soft underbellies, man. When we get roughed up, we falter. Let's have this right. Fair play to Sevilla. They're strong in this competition, and they worked harder than us, and they fought. But it wasn't fantastic to beat us. It wasn't tactically brilliant. They didn't have technicians all over the pitch and we couldn't get near them. We couldn't get near them because we didn't work hard enough, because they wanted it more than us. They roughed us up, like I keep saying. That's why we couldn't get near them, and then we made the mistakes from that. So massively disappointing. We've absolutely bottled that. And on to the next game. Bitterly disappointed. And stunned as well. But at the same time, I'm not actually. Do you know what, to finish on? That's what really annoys me actually, is that I'm not stunned. We've seen performances like that in the big crunch away grounds so many times this season that actually I'm not shocked. Old Trafford, yes, fine. Neutral ground's probably actually going to help us at Wembley. But the big away nights, we've got to fix it next season. We've really got to fix it next season. So we go again on Sunday. Bitterly disappointed.